Hello, guys. Welcome back to VUDivulged. I'm Ija Chambers, a sophomore here at the Homeland Security Program, and I'll be one of your co-hosts for this podcast.
Hi, everybody. My name is Drew Powers. I am a third year, and I am public relations for the VUDivulged.
Hi, everybody. My name is Blake Gerdner. I'm a junior in the program, and I'm your other co-host.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony Polkowski. I'm a junior this year, and I'm the general manager of the VUDivulged podcast.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started today with the big topic, obviously, is gaming and its uses for good and evil. But some of the things we're going to focus on are the leaks through the game War Thunder, how Discord has been used for releasing classified information, as well as Minecraft and its uses by Reporters Without Borders for classified information that their countries won't let them use. So we'll start with the War Thunder leaks. So as you guys know, a War Thunder player shared U.S. military secrets to win an argument about the game relating to vehicles and ammunition rounds featured in the game.
You would share what kind of ammunition you were using, and like that seems like a.
He really got really involved in this game.
It was something, right?
Like how? I just want to know, I know some War Thunder players, and I know they're very passionate about what they're talking about.
I love that game.
Seriously, but my thinking is, so from what I understand is they're posting documents that go into the specs of their is it tanks, planes, and battleships, right? They post the specs of those and what the limits are. I'm thinking you would want to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard this. So I'm a bit of a World War II buff, right? So in World War II, America, we were fighting Japan in the Pacific, right? And, that's a big ocean, so we have a lot of ships. Well, we had submarines. And the Japanese could not sink our submarines, and that was because they weren't setting their depth charges deep enough, right? Well, somebody reported that to the American press, that, Japan hasn't sank any of our submarines because, they don't set their depth charges deep enough. Well, Japan had spies in America. And the reporter posted an article about that. So the spies saw the article he posted and reported back to Japan and basically just said, hey, double the length of the fuses. So, that sounded like such a small piece of information, but our enemies could have used that against us. And sure enough, we lost, who knows how many submariners and submarines due to a simple line of they don't set their depth charges deep enough.
You said a spy told them, right? Went back?
No, apparently, I got to relook at the article, but I'm pretty sure it was a military leader had said it to a American journalist, and then the journalist posted it in an article. And then, a spy, they had spies in America.
Well, you know what the crazy thing about it is? A 21-year-old airman from Massachusetts in the National Guard. His name was Jack. He allegedly was responsible for posting these documents.
Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people ask, how do you get his hands on such documents like that? Especially, he's 21 and all that. But if you look at what his job was, he was part of the 102nd, intelligence wing of his unit there. And his job was, cyber transport, system, Germany. He fixed things, stuff of that nature, but...
So he has access.
He had clearance. Yeah. But the problem what people don't understand is, I don't even understand, how was the vet... you gotta get vetted, before you get any such clearance over any documents of that nature. But how do you get his hands on such documents of such higher standing, in my belief? Because the documents he released, you guys see, was, over Ukraine. Basically what's going on there, things of that nature is what he released in Discord, which I don't know what that stuff in Ukraine had to do with his war game, mind you, but...
And if you think about it, sharing information online, especially over video games like Discord and stuff, is easier than ever, right? Because, we all game and do work on, most of us, the same laptops.
Well, you can set up your own servers and stuff on Discord.
Yeah, or on your phone, right? Think about it. I'm in a government building, right? And, I have my cell phone with me, which I would think would be against protocol, for example. But against that, let's say I have my cell phone with me. If I want to prove my game in War Thunder, I just take a picture of it on my phone and send it through Discord on my phone. and now it's out there for the whole world to see.
Which I do believe that's what it was. Like, it's just like papers he got a hold of and just took a picture of it, put it to his Discord.
And this is something that, I mean, anybody can use Discord, anybody can make a channel, and anybody can decide whether or not they want these people to be in a channel. So I could decide that Aisha and I want to be in a channel together, but I don't want either of you two to be in there because we're talking about you guys. So, and one of the big things with that is how much they really have leaked on it. So, according to Task and Purpose, which is a military news site, recently leaked was the AH-64D Apache Longbow helicopter, which entered service in the 80s. The F-117 Nighthawk, which was a spy plane basically, that was retired in 2008. The F-16 and F-15 diagrams, as well as some French tanks and Chinese munitions, and the MiG-29 fighter jet, which are some really big pieces of military
And you can get in
hardware.
some serious trouble for that, because Jack, he got 15 years with unauthorized retention and transmission of national defense information.
Oh, I just had a thought, too, actually. So, you mentioned that, that was between you and Aisha, right? Well, Discord keeps all of that in the chat room. So you could, I have a few chat rooms with my friends. We have a chat room that we've used for like 3 years. I can see things we posted 3 years ago. So you could, post these articles or these classified informations, forget about it, invite somebody, right? They're scrolling through, and now they have access, and now they can copy it from your thing and send it to whoever else. And now my second thought was, everybody always pictures that to gain information, like they spy on people or, like torture information out of somebody, right?
Well, there was a theory on your phone, like if that little orange light or green light went off, they could see your face.
Well, if you think about it, you can get a lot of information just from talking to somebody, right? You would be amazed how much people just give up without thinking about it, like information they just say. Even the most successful Nazi interrogator in World War II, I have his name pulled up. It is Hans Jacomin. I am probably mispronouncing that. He was the most successful Nazi interrogator, and the most shocking thing is he was nice to people. So, while most people, would physically torture and beat their interrogatees, he would actually like take them out to dinner, go to walks, like go take them on walks, and just have a conversation with them. And since most of his interrogatees were airmen, because they would fly over, get shot down, parachute, and then get captured, he would actually let them fly or be in the plane during experimental Nazi plane tests, and they would just give up all the information.
Well, you said that they tried to delete it or whatever, right? Going back to whatever you said earlier.
Oh yeah.
So Discord saw that, and they deleted the leaked stuff. But I don't think that it's really deleted, because if you try to delete anything, it's there forever.
Yeah, and you don't, and sure they deleted it, but did anybody copy it?
And I'm sure people can find it.
Because kind of combining those two together, you think, expect like the depth charts, for example, you think that's an innocent little tidbit, but to your enemy, it's like one of the most valuable things you could ever tell them. It literally is what's that saying? One man's trash is another man's treasure. It literally is that saying, because in War Thunder they're posting these articles just to prove the point of their planes, because they're fan of their planes. But
these dudes are getting in arguments, and they're just like, I want my altimeter to be one more inch to the left in the plane.
Or
and these people
Sorry, go ahead.
If you think of the game, they're honestly. Have you guys ever played War Thunder?
I've played a little bit.
Just a tad.
I play it every now and then.
Did you not see that they're actually using realistic rounds too for whatever you're trying to fire at a ship or a plane or whatever? Did you not notice that?
No, I don't, because I'm not that big.
Well, especially World of Tanks. I mean, a similar game, just different concept. Same thing.
I've heard of that one, but I have not played that one. But what if... this thought just came to me. What if, those people in the chat rooms, right? It is well known that War Thunder fans leak these documents
Mm-hmm.
to the point where even the game developers are like, guys, we love the enthusiasm, but knock it off, right?
13 different classified files have been leaked for War Thunder purposes.
So could you imagine what if the people playing these games, I'm not saying it is happening, but it is definitely a possibility. What if a foreign power knows that they can get classified information from these hardcore fans, so they purposely get people to play the game, make fun of, because these people, not just War Thunder, but usually when someone's very passionate about a topic, they get protective about it and like to flex their knowledge a little bit.
Yeah.
But they purposely go into these chat rooms and try to get people to post information, kind of like I keep forgetting his name because I feel like I'm pronouncing it, but that Hans Jacoman. I'm not getting information from you by interrogating you. I'm kind of just edging you on until you do.
Well, that's kind
until
of
you voluntarily give it to me.
When you have a secret, like when you have a secret, you always kind of, I don't know about you guys, but when I have a secret, I always kind of want to tell someone. Always like it's always kind of there, like I know something you don't, or just or it just comes out just accidentally, like
or like someone writes it down and then, or I don't know, type it out on a document or something. Someone can easily find it.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at it in how the game is created, this game is created by people from Hungary. And while they might be a NATO ally currently, what if one day they're not? So the people in Hungary obviously see these classified documents being leaked because they're the game developers of War Thunder. So the moment that they're like, oh well, I don't want to be friends anymore, they have what our Apache helicopters look like. They have what our old tanks used to look like. They have munitions rounds that we've had.
But also,
ships too.
With all those leaks, like the leaks he put out, there's more things than just the ammunition that was on, about that, because he was trying to prove a point, but there was a lot more he posted on there. I guess he didn't look or just didn't care. Like, there was a thing, like, estimating, like, Russia's, how many planes they have that are active, how many they can use, how many the Ukrainians have. Because, when people post anything, like any military thing, they're usually kind of lying or belittling or overstating what they may or may not have. Well, this, from U.S. intelligence, so it's a little more, grounded and all that. So now the Russians also know, or they both sides know, out
of all the numbers that we've heard, this would be the one we take into consideration.
The one that was not shared, the one that was kept secret, all that. This information is the one you kind of believe.
I want to know how in depth, War Thunder goes with each of its models.
Well, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure you can customize your own ship or whatever you're trying to customize.
Yeah. Well, because I know that from what I've played, it will show you, the front of the tank has the heavier armor and all that stuff. But that's just game things. People could say, let's take the Abrams, the main battle tank of the USA. They, the armor, how the armor is composed is top secret, right? But somebody could pull that up in War Thunder and go, no, this is really how the armor is made. Well, what you didn't know was someone copied that document you posted, put it on the internet. Now our enemies have them, and now they can develop a weapon to defeat the Abrams tank armor because you just leaked out how it was nearly indestructible by most modern weapons.
Or maybe they can also recreate the same thing because you just told them how it's done.
Or improve it, because like the ancient Romans, everybody thinks they're the masters of the battlefield, and they were. But if you look into it, most of their ideas were copied. They copied pretty much everything regarding their military, but improved it. So same thing could apply here. A foreign power could gain access to armor for battle tanks or radar systems, copy it, figure out a way to defeat it, and improve it for themselves. So not only can they defeat ours, but now they have a better version of ours that we don't know how to beat.
I mean, that's just given for anything. Like, this is a little off topic, but kind of same thing about getting the schematics over something. When Afghanistan fell, we left a lot of equipment behind. Well, when the Taliban, all of them got that stuff, they start selling that off to other countries, like Russia, China, here, you pay us this much money, we'll give you this. So now they can study it. Same concept.
And it's such useful information for the fact that these people maybe are our enemies, or maybe they aren't our enemies yet, but there's always a chance they could be. I mean, there's no chance that we're always going to get along with any country, because that's just a matter of fact. And I think that's an important thing to realize when we look at how these things are these discords being used to leak these classified documents. I mean, we're talking so much information, not just U.S. information, of course, but from being U.S. based, of course, like in that ideal, we're under attack in that.
So, I think when you brought up how they sell weapons, it reminded me of a story I heard where America did something similar. Russia had given I believe it was a M924 helicopter to Libya and Chad for I believe it was a civil war that they were fighting. Well, at the time, that helicopter was the Apache of the time. Well, America doesn't like being behind in anything, so
space race.
Yeah, Cold War, but. They want that helicopter to reverse engineer it, to copy the weapons and make it better. Well, Russia wasn't going to give us a helicopter. That not their state-of-the-art helicopter. Well, they did give it a early model, because they improved it as time went on. But like an earlier model to Libya and Chad, and in Operation Hope Mountain 3, we actually went in and stole the helicopter from them.
That's the most
which is hilarious. If you actually look into the story, they didn't even take it apart. They didn't bring a pilot to come in and fly the helicopter out. They literally took a Chinook, flew in, dropped some cables, hooked them around the helicopter, and flew off.
You just let them do that?
They literally strapped a helicopter to their helicopter and flew away.
That sounds like some country.
And do you know what happened? We reversed engineered it, improved it, and it became the Apache.
I actually didn't really know that, to be honest. It's how it be sometimes. But
you learn something new every day.
All this just coming together, this has led to a debate on government monitoring overall. Some people think all this information that's getting shared, a consequence of this happening is they think the government need to monitor these different social medias Discord, any other ones for information that's being leaked. But of course, that causes a whole other issue down the line, of course.
Because it's also a conversation of how do you balance freedom of speech and freedom of knowledge, but knowing when you need to classify it, and when should and how far should a government step into our personal lives to.
It's if I have a private club or whatever. And me and my friends get here to talk in my club. I don't want the government to come in and just break right into it. To go against me, my privacy. But of course, whenever something happens that causes both sides, it's I don't know, man, this stuff's being leaked. The government needs to look over us, make sure nothing's happening. But when that's kind of done, they're still there. So now you're just causing more problems.
And I think
it's an issue
in a day and age where everybody posts everything on social media. That is also a challenge, because it's, you have to look for them, but you can't monitor everybody 24/7. I'm sure it can be done, but then people would probably take that as an invasion of privacy. It's can I not have privacy to live my own life? I mean, if I'm posting classified documents, yeah, I can understand you're getting involved, but if I'm not, is it really necessary for you to watch me? So I think that's another reason why it's sometimes hard for to monitor the social media thing, is because there are thousands, millions of posts every day, and it's so easy to make a post. I can, on Snapchat, I literally I could take a picture right now, anything I want, and send it out.
That also brings up another one. You know how it's not just War Thunder either, or Discord and Minecraft.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
That's a good one.
Because if you think about it, there was I think I actually saw this on the news once a couple years ago. The Uncensored Library.
Oh yeah. So I believe it was developed with from 24 builders from like 16 different countries.
There was a couple of news reporters or like journalists. They came together.
Reporters Without Borders.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you're talking about Reporters Without Borders is essentially a group of reporters from across the world that just kind of go through because they're censored by their governments, and these range from
Aren't some countries banned to have that, or even to have that?
Yeah, in some countries.
Minecraft?
So for those that don't know, you can you download the game Minecraft, and then you can actually download like custom maps.
Yeah, because
that like other worlds. Well,
you can look up seeds. That seed contains the certain aspects of what spots, coordinates, where you can find them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you can easily find it within the world.
And it's and when you go on the internet, you can't. You're not looking up whatever your country doesn't want you to know.
Yeah.
You're looking up a world file for a video game, right? Because they put them in the books in Minecraft. Because in Minecraft, you can type in a book and sign it, and then it creates it, and then you can actually
that
upload
came later on updates, because at first you couldn't do that. But later, like I don't know, a year or two later, they added a book and quill where you can actually write in books, and it doesn't matter how many pages. There's no limit on how many pages you can write.
Wow, I mean, I've played Minecraft. I mod it a lot now, but like, I think last time you couldn't copy and paste in books. You had to manually type everything or use codes.
See, I never knew you could actually write in books until they added the next update. Once they started where you could actually hold books.
So you can I gotta remember, you can actually, like, in this library, look at obviously these classified documents. I think most of them are like war crimes against humanity. I think a few of them actually include reports that reporters posted, but then the government suppressed, and even in some cases even killed the reporter.
So you're saying this is basically the other side of the coin, like the good side of why there should be these documents should be out in the open.
Yeah, so
like the other side of the coin,
which
like,
which drags the question.
They feel like it should be out there.
Yeah, and if you look here, let me give our viewers a better shot of it.
Wow,
but like, look at this.
It's huge.
It's massive. Like, that is an actual library, like a grand library.
You know what that looks like? I know it's a library, but it looks like the courthouse in Washington.
The Capitol building.
Capitol building,
yes.
Yeah. But like, builders made that. This is a video game, and you look at that and you go, "Oh wow, that's a class."
Look at
that's
the
nice
detail, because look, just from the ground up, the detail and all that.
Which you appreciate. Like, I appreciate the commitment. Not only did
Like,
they post it as in, let's get this information out there, but they also, and to some extent, like, they even made a build that shows just like how important this is. Let's give our, I think we got one of the inside. Yeah, that's the inside.
Look at all those countries.
Look at all those countries. And I think that map symbolizes, I'm pretty sure, the more like yellowish the country is, the more freedom of speech it has. The more red, and in some of those countries are black, the more restricted.
Why are we orange then?
That's a good question.
Because if we have the First Amendment, why are we orange?
Well, that's a whole other
That's a different episode.
That's a. I mean,
but like, look, like every single one of those corridors.
The archway and.
How many countries are currently in the library? Hold on, let me.
I think it's.
So while you're looking that up, this was actually made by Blockworks UK. So they're a group out of the United Kingdom that builds the things in Minecraft for people. And the managing director of Blockworks UK says that the uncensored library is a bold use of Minecraft and really encapsulates everything that is great about this game and the community it has created. And that is James Delaney, managing director of Blockworks UK.
So okay,
can you go back to that map, like where it showed like the colors for each of the countries?
Oh yeah.
Go back to that one.
Let me give our viewers the view again.
Like honestly, like, yeah, on the America, I'm like, Yeah, things have been going a little downhill for that. I'll give that.
Let me actually look up colored map.
Some of those you clearly like. You look at it like you're not too surprised. Like China, Saudi Arabia, you can kind of see a little bit. Mexico is also pretty red over there.
Cuba, if you look real carefully, you can see a little black. That's Cuba.
Tell you what,
got
Antarctica
Russia.
and their freedom of speech right now.
Oh, dude,
fantastic.
I know.
Chris, man, nothing going on there.
So the main countries, to answer our question from earlier, main countries include Mexico, Russia, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Belarus, Brazil.
Egypt, really?
Yeah, wow, that's...
All countries that censor their media and what goes out.
I honestly never really looked, to be honest, never looked into Egypt very much.
Because they have poor press freedom rankings. So.
And Reporters Without Borders actually has like a barometer of the reporters, their names and things like that. But the main one I want to focus on is 27 journalists or media workers. So 26 journalists, 1 media worker killed since the 1st of January 2023.
Speaking of that, there are some journalists who have been killed, jailed, or exiled by governments from this.
Russia has they have a long history of just stuff of that nature.
Well, sucks to suck to be them. No.
Well, who was that one journalist that got assassinated with the umbrella?
Oh, Georgy Markov, was it? Something similar to that. But I remember it was like the umbrella contained like a little air pump kind of, and it shot like a small like ball that had ricin in it.
And it injected his leg.
And it had like it had there's like wax on it, so when it hits your body, obviously your body's warm, it melts the wax, ricin got released into his system.
Yep.
Wow. And that's kind of scary to think about, that
happened in London, didn't it? I believe that happened in London.
Really? You wouldn't expect that either.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be. He talked. I know he talked. Criticized Russia a lot. So I mean, it wasn't like he was going to live there. But
I thought he was like for KGB or something. Or no, that was the umbrella that was made by the KGB.
Yeah, KGB made the because they found the umbrella, which
Yeah, the
I don't know why he left that behind, but they found that umbrella.
When you're done using it.
Yeah, when you're done, you just toss it. I don't
my
want
turn.
No more.
It's my turn.
I don't want to know more.
Yeah. He died in London. He was in London. Georgy Markov, yes.
I think he made it to the hospital. Don't quote me, but I think it was too late.
I think it was like he didn't really know what happened, I believe. He got really sick, but he's like, what's going on with me?
I'm pretty sure he died like 3 days after.
Yeah, ricin.
Well, yeah, because
that kills you.
Because if you, in the story, he even says, when he was walking across the bridge, he did feel a sharp pain, but I think he's in his leg, which in hindsight was the KGB agent shooting the thing into his leg. I think he thought, maybe he just bumped into somebody really hard, or a random cramp that you got.
Like so, I'm pretty sure I read the article. Like, so he looked at the dude because he looked behind him and the dude like an umbrella. But of course, at the time, he wasn't. He was like, if you're in that situation, I don't think you would think, oh, this guy just shot me with a small ball ricing into my back of my leg. Not be your first.
And even
thought.
if you did see him like shove the umbrella into your leg, most of us I think would be like rude and keep going.
Like it was like an air pump. Like he shot it into his leg, like almost like a gun almost. But I think he lived for like 3 days. He got really sick. He didn't really know what was going on. He went to the hospital. They did a full check of him, and then one person found a small reddening on the back of his leg. He was like, "What's that?" It was ricin. Ricin, when it gets into your system, it kills your cells.
You guys want to know another interesting thing about it? The virtual library was launched to coincide with the World Day Against Cyber Censorship.
And that
I wonder if Georgie's, if maybe some of Georgie's articles have made it into that library. I mean,
it's possible. You never know what you could find in there nowadays, either if someone still has access to it.
Well, I mean, I know the world file is even just illegal to download in several countries.
See, I looked up. I don't know if it's the right seed or not, but I don't know if you could even find the seed to put it in on a new world.
But even then, if you think about it, you could just download it on a thumb drive and email it to somebody.
Someone has it.
It's out there.
It's on a flash drive.
It's no secret that once you put it out on the internet, it's out there.
Oh yeah.
And I guarantee you, the website of the Uncensored Library itself, I wouldn't be surprised if even they offered the downloading file.
That's what I'm looking at right
You're,
now.
you're looking at it, all right?
Yeah. So, one of the questions that I always have to ask about things like this is, so Reporters Without Borders obviously was the people that helped make this what it is and try to free themselves from that censorship, whether it's political, whether it's military, either way. But why did they want to do this, and what do they gain from it, are always two of the big questions we need to know here. And going back to that barometer, you have 527 total journalists and media workers detained as of this year. And I think that's a really big point. 527.
That's crazy.
Because
does
that's
it show
why they do what they do.
Does it show where they have a chart?
Some of it do.
There's a chart where.
Yep. So down here, 879 results for killed or detained, and then it kind of goes through. Were killed in 2023, as well as detained as of today, and then it goes through every country, who they are, what happened to them, all the way down the list. So some of the bigger ones.
Hold on, I think I saw America down there.
Iran, I saw that 24.
United States has 1.
Does it give us any information on them?
Working on it.
And it's not just the library either. There's other maps that people have on Minecraft too, that have certain or classified information as well.
So think about it. That's kind of a scary thought. They can share shared classified information through social media platforms. Yeah. They can do it in a video game, not by talking to one another, but by putting the files in the game file.
Well, back to Discord. There was leaked information spreading through Discord on a server named Minecraft Earth Map. So I thought that was pretty interesting because, it's just not the library either.
I heard that there have been people who have gotten in trouble because in Minecraft, they will build military bases in Minecraft to scale. And it's
exactly like the ones nowadays, like block for block, that looks like the ones
essentially.
Man,
it's no different than building your own house in Minecraft.
Yeah. So they find the layout of the military bases?
Or I'm pretty sure there was a story of a guy who was at a military base, and while he was stationed there and in his free time, he would build the base.
See, what amazes me is if someone builds that base on Minecraft to scale, they could literally go around the base and scope it out.
Yeah, look where are potential blind spots, where
where does the tarmac
you gave them the layout
to the core building.
Yeah, you gave them the layout of the building. That's a great step.
Where's the tanks or whatever's on the base.
Where's the sensitive information kept here?
Yeah.
And well, first you got to get in. Where are the guard towers? Where are the checkpoints? Are there any blind spots in those checkpoints? Well, because once you know where the checkpoints are, you could use satellite imagery and go, okay, there's 3 guards there, there's 5 guards, because now you got the layout. And now all you got to do is put a little X everywhere you see somebody. And now you know where there's someone stationed. And then, once again, you think it's just, a harmless little, it's just a map. Well, yeah, but you don't understand what someone could do with that.
Information in today's day and age is so incredibly crucial for everything that we do. And it just gets worse the higher up the chain you go. The smallest piece of information is so useful to the government on other countries. In 2010, a picture of Osama bin Laden's son was found on a satellite, and I think it was 20 days later we had killed Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah.
And that little piece of information did so much for that team.
Well, running it back to that Discord, the Discord server name, a dispute between 2 people on the server led to one of the classified information on the server, or to the dismantle of the classified information. So it's crazy on what people can do with Discord, Minecraft, or any other game.
I wonder what Minecraft is, especially because it's easily accessible.
Well, anybody can download it.
It's free.
Phone. And another thing.
Not really. No, it's about $20.
Yeah, you're right. Depending on if you have Game Pass.
But it is the most popular. Is the world's most popular game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the world's most popular
and
game.
if you think like he said, it's
plenty of people
on phone, console, PC.
I think phone is about 7 or 8. PlayStation's 20. Xbox, I don't know.
But the point is, you could put this on any device. I even remember in high school, we're not allowed to download games on our computers.
But you had them on
But we could put it on a thumb drive, plug it in.
Your computers had USB ports?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, actually, one that leads me to the point of, in a military base, that's another way you could do it. Just put in a thumb drive with the video game or whatever. Well, I know that a lot of military bases, back in the day, they used to just remove the ports entirely.
You know what's interesting as well? Architectures use Minecraft. Anybody for any age range can access it too.
That goes back to the layout.
Yeah.
But you could, where was I going? You could download, put it on the thumb drive, put it in a computer. And most computers now have, there's 2 ways you can do it. Either remove all USB ports. Get rid of any, if it's not the charger, get rid of it. Well, even then you could use wireless charging. But there are some programs, which I'm fairly certain the government agencies probably have. You can simply put on a computer a software that the moment you plug in anything,
it becomes a brick.
Yeah, it becomes a brick. It literally locks down the whole computer, and the only way to get access to that computer is to go to IT, and then you have to explain to IT and your bosses, why were you sticking a thumb drive in our computer?
This is a multi-million-dollar government corporation.
With
and
classified information.
$4 thumb drive in for a Minecraft map. Let's talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to play Minecraft, man.
Yeah.
But once again, it just but it just shows that you don't even need it on the computer itself. You could just put it on a thumb drive, get the map, download the map, put it on a thumb drive, and the map or any other documents for that matter, and take it who knows where.
And it's not just a computer. Xbox, PlayStation, and PC too. They have USB ports. So
this one
I
has
never tried.
four.
I never tried downloading anything from my Xbox.
So anything is possible with any consoles nowadays, and how much they're advanced.
I've always said with technology that the biggest issue I see with it is it's getting more integrated in our day-to-day lives. For crying out loud, we got smart fridges now. Where from at home you can pull up a camera that's inside your fridge, so you can visually look.
Thank God!
sitting on my couch 20 feet from the fridge. I wonder if we got any steak in there. Did my son take my leftovers?
Yes,
rewind the footage.
Here, let me check.
Oh, he did take
no,
it.
He did not. He didn't.
He took it.
He
All
took
right.
something else. He took my ice cream.
Confront them later. Do you not see that it had a note that said
Another
it was?
thing that's crazy is the adapters that we have, like aux cords and stuff.
Yeah.
You know how you could put the adapter on and plug it into your iPhone? Yeah, there's that too. You can put the USB and have it download to your phone.
But to wrap this thought up, technology is getting more integrated, right?
Advanced too, yeah.
Advanced. But what I've noticed with a lot of people is they know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how it works.
Nope.
Or what you can do with it. And I personally think that is the biggest challenge with technology nowadays, with gaming and all this stuff. It's people use it, but they don't know how it works or what you can do with it.
I mean, I'm helping my grandma every other weekend with her computer. The printer's disconnect, something's going on.
Right, think about even a picture. Did you know that every time you take a picture on your cell phone, there is you have the picture itself. I forget what the data is called, but there is actually information stored with the picture. And if you inspect it with, I can't remember what the data is called, but there are tools you can use to look at the image, and it will give you all this data, and it will tell you what time it was, what the date, literally the exact longitude and latitude coordinates.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Even the type of camera that was used.
Well, did you see? I know you don't have an iPhone.
No, I got an Android.
But anybody that has an iPhone, like your pictures are separated into certain albums and stuff.
Oh,
like certain towns, where you're at, like restaurant or whatever, and then back to Snapchat too, you could literally have a filter on it as well. So
Yeah, you think about it, you take a military base, you're taking pictures of like the checkpoints and everything, all that stuff. But you can go, oh, there's a camera there. Well, and they're at this coordinate, so there's the security feature.
Yep.
And you just posted that on social media without even realizing it.
I just think people need to be more careful in what they do with social media and games.
Mm-hmm. Because you can game and do social media all on the same device.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them are now cross-platform, right?
Yep.
You could, what's it called? What's a game that does that? I know there are a few.
Well, there's COD, there's Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, Minecraft.
Cross-platform?
Yeah, cross-platform. Well, to where there are a few games that does it. I'm trying to think of an example where you could, like Facebook games, for example. That's one. There are some Facebook games where you could go on your computer on Facebook and play those games.
Yeah.
And then make progress on your phone while you're away.
Clash of Clans.
Farmville too.
Yeah.
Me and Ijo, we could make.
Oh, my mom loves Farmville. She plays that all the time.
Back to like how data is everything, information, everything. You guys do know like the military, they banned like TikTok off of military servers. That is not allowed no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like personal use, that's different.
I saw a meme the other day. It wasn't really a meme, but like those World War II photos that are like donate now and keep them in the fight, right? And I saw one military picture where it was something like that, and it was this guy like posing in front of a camera for a TikTok, like while a rocket is coming from him behind, and literally like,
I've seen that.
And the caption said something on the lines of, "Congratulations, your post just gave away your position."
Yeah.
You posted it, and most people, you can't, like that data I was mentioning. I can't remember what it's called. I still can't remember what it's called. I'm mad that I can't remember what it's called. But you could post. Most people.
Well, anybody over the world has access to it.
Well, yeah. Well, you can remove the data from the picture, but most people don't do that. They just take the picture and send it. You just.
I mean, you can get traced easy. Like the war in Ukraine, a Russian general, I forgot his name, but he got killed because he was using a phone, and they traced him.
Mm-hmm.
And they shot a missile where he was and killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even, especially with, missiles and explosives, you don't need to know exactly where they are.
Just like a general 50-foot radius.
Exactly.
Could do.
You could, well, I'm in a classified bunker. They don't know where I am. Yeah, but now they know where the bunker's at, right?
So there is enough bombs on this earth that bunker won't exist anymore. It's just, we have that ability. We have the ability to track, and they have the ability to track us just as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If somebody out there is listening to this podcast right now and they're thinking, I want to figure out where they're at, they could pinpoint the building.
They could probably.
They could probably pinpoint the room in the
building.
Okay,
possible.
Well, first of all, we got a gigantic VU logo, so it's not like we're...
We narrowed it down to like a fourth of the town.
Well, I mean, if someone
about the size of a football field, maybe.
If someone figured it out and they're watching on YouTube, they literally can see our channel and the abbreviation as well.
Oh, so, yeah. So
got some real detectives.
And we talk about what major we're in. We talk about what major we're in, so they know the building. So
because there's only a few colleges in Indiana that have our major.
We just gave away so much information on the podcast. Maybe we're not being smart.
Well, I mean, that's back to it.
That's back to it. We did it without even thinking about it.
Oh, well, I guess I'll see you guys in the afterlife.
What an ending.
So I think when it comes to like video games, social media, it's how do you manage that?
I don't believe you can really. Because like I said, it's one of the things. Either you let it how it is now, like it's free, everything's free, like open, or you have it where it's monitored. But when you start monitoring things like that, that's when things can easily go down like slippery slope at that point.
And information just flows so fast, right? Post an article in Discord and your friend copy paste it, and now all of a sudden 24 hours later someone made a TikTok of it and it has 3 million views.
Yeah.
It's the
Think
modern
about
age.
how many do you honestly believe all 3 million of those are American citizens or somebody, and even if they're not, they're all someone who will probably keep this to themselves and not share the secret and
Nope.
So just for thoughts for social media, one of the best things to do is just, if you have to stop for a second and think, should I post this? you probably shouldn't post it.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially
look, man.
information that could be, harmful.
Look, man, I get you're a passionate War Thunder player, and I understand you want to prove your plane can fly at 40,000 feet instead of 38,000 feet.
39,996 feet.
But don't
Just
post
give me the
it.
extra 4.
Just, it's... Part of it just comes up to ignorance. Really, it does.
Yeah, I mean, they're not, and I think that also brings up a question: is how do you differentiate between somebody purposely leaking this information
And someone actually.
and someone who didn't mean any harm
Yeah.
by it?
Well, if you go by like the law, it does not matter if it was intentional or not.
Yeah, it was.
You get thrown in the book.
Yeah,
Federal,
doesn't matter the
federalized-
reason you did it.
Yeah.
Ain't getting a
You
slap
shouldn't
on
have
the
done it
wrist.
anyway.
Yeah, you get.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but like I said, it's the modern age. It's either you let it be free,
Mm-hmm.
or you have strict rules on that. But then everything.
But how do you manage everything? The internet's always changing.
You just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, just make smart decisions. Be smart about how
Yes,
you
I
put stuff out there.
definitely agree with him that you just be more smart about what you post. Like
Be more aware.
I'm in the
Well,
military.
we see the big picture. We don't look into the small things.
Like
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in the military. I'll tell you right now. Every once in a while, I gotta do some courses over just like things. Not if you post anything, things you do not put in it. Like I'm not playing with you guys. When I first started, I was like, why would I do that? Why? What's the need? But obviously, this conversation brings back to my mindset back and like, why would I care? Because stuff like this, like one thing, like we're going to go train somewhere. Do not put when we're going to be there, what time we're going to be there,
Where it is.
like all that stuff.
Yeah.
You do not put that. But some people just do not, like I said, don't think about it.
Though, like, it goes back to that saying in World War II where loose lips sink ships. It's like, don't tell everybody in your friend group, oh, well, my husband's stationed with the 3rd Fleet in the Red Sea. Well, because now our enemies know that, hey, a fleet is going that direction. Let's get ready for that.
It gets passed around.
So, with video games especially, how do you monitor that? Once again, how do you monitor it?
You really don't.
You literally you can make a Discord chat room, a private one, public, literally at the flick of a switch.
Yeah.
So
You can't. It's either that or have government oversight over every little thing.
yeah, and
Or-
no one's going to agree to that.
No.
Or just like on the game, you can flip it to multiplayer just like that.
Yeah, and actually, I'm a bit of a Minecraft nerd as well because I modded a lot now, but back in the day, you used to have to do this like whole server
Bam.
setup.
Censored. You said modded. No.
You had to do this whole like server thing, hit you had to set up some system on your computer to run a server.
Mhm.
Nowadays, there's a mod called the Essentials mod, and it literally can turn any Minecraft world into a worldwide server at the click of a button.
Oh, yeah.
So you could literally just open up, and I think the Uncensored Library, I think even they have a server. I'm pretty sure
Probably.
they do.
I would
So
assume.
even
doubt.
if you
doubt.
have the game, and you don't have the world file, you could
I'm sure you
still
can find it.
you could just connect to the server directly. Now, granted, in your country they could have blocked its IP, but you either download the map or join the server directly. There's so many ways around it. How do you stop it?
Just accept it. Maybe inform more people, be like a little more smarter than what you post.
Well,
But other than that, like
people can find their way around anything nowadays.
Yeah, but we say be smart with what you post, but keep in mind we're talking about how, for the Uncensored Library, for example, reporters, and I think I've also heard it referred to as the Library of Truth, whatever you want to call it. We've been talking about be careful with what you post, but at the same time, people are using it for good. So be careful with what you post, yes, but how do we differentiate between information that needs to be shared and information that we need to keep secret?
There'd be too much for you to really do that.
They're
Like they're the
it's so
same
good.
side of this coin, same side.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Whatever you get is what you get.
Yep. I mean, the moral of the whole part here is that there's good and there's bad to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And video games and media is all a part of it. So when you think about things, when you're getting ready to post something, right before this, we posted a Snapchat of us onto the university community
Yeah.
story, and it did. I don't think it quite gave away our location based off just simply the picture. But they
remember that data?
But
Coordinates.
but when you're doing stuff like that, it's just important to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And I think people can tell it just by the logo as well.
Oh yeah.
If they're really looking.
Well, VU, Vincent's University.
Yeah.
Like we said that. All right, time to.
I don't know, guys. There got to be some real Sherlock Holmes kind of stuff to figure that out.
So what if we learned about games and social media?
We make a lot of mistakes in like a 20-minute segment.
And it's easy to make those mistakes because once again, everybody has at least like 5 devices. Most people have several devices at their disposal, and a lot of stuff is cross-platform.
Especially smart TVs nowadays.
There are at least 6 devices in this room, not counting our phones right now.
Yeah.
5 of them being laptops and a watch and a smart TV.
And the thing is, if we logged onto the same Discord channel, right? I could log into my account on your computer, right, and see everything that I've seen. But if I'm not careful, when we leave the room, you could still have access to that.
Oh yeah.
So if I posted a classified document, sure, I did it only for 5 minutes, but now you have access.
Take a picture of that on my phone.
Yeah,
there
take
we
a
go.
picture.
Send it out.
Copy, paste it, and go, hey, Anthony, hey, you forgot to sign out here. Let me do it for you. But I didn't, I wasn't watching what you did, so I didn't know. Yes, you did. I watched you sign out, but I didn't see what you did before. And now you've copied it. And now you're posting it to whoever.
Yep.
It's crazy.
All right, well, I think that about wraps up this episode.
Yeah.
I think our next topic, I'm pretty sure, is going to be about Waco and the controversy and history.
It is.
So stay tuned. It will hopefully be out same time next week, and we will see you all later.
We hope you enjoyed.
Bye-bye.